Hey everyone, Zero in the house, and welcome back to another episode of WOTV Final Fantasy Brave Exvius new content overview, where we have a look at what's new every week. As you can see from my screen, my home screen, Ildira's EX is out, and that's not everything that we're gonna talk about today. There's a fair bit, so why don't we delve into the summons straight away and see what's new. We keep having our UR guaranteed summons until 3 more days from the looks of it, so pretty happy about that. Why don't I do this and see what's gonna happen to me? And no one knew. Oh, actually yes, White Dragon. Is that Freezes or White Dragon? Well, that's what. Yes, Freezes. So pretty happy, and I get more Starlight Tryst, which I'm building. So pretty happy with that pool, if I must say so myself. Now let's go on to the meat and potatoes of the summons, and we can have a look at this week's VC, which is a little companion, and seems to be initially tailored for Garble, but it has some extra goodies that we want to explore. So if we have a look at stats, once this card reaches level 99, all dark units will have air attack resistance up by 20, dark unit magic attack by 18, and critical hit rate up by 25. And if you give this card to a dark unit, they'll get Match up, Spirit up 10, and Evasion down by 5. And if you give this card specifically to Garble, he'll get an additional HP 20%, which, given account that he currently doesn't have his EX, it will make him more competitive in the current meta. And I do think that it's worth mentioning that this is the time for Dark Mage units to shine. In fact, I would actually want to give this card more to gold bids as well. So Garble obviously seems like this card is for him, but if you have a look at the critical rate up and air attack resistance and magic up as well, and spirit up, it makes Golbitz more resilient to magic attacks, because he's already quite a good physical tank. From my testing, I've been using him in class match and arena, and he's been doing so good. So pretty happy to have him at level 115 now. Now, if we move on, this is where you'll be able to use your daily free tickets to get a chance at getting this vision card. I think I'll keep saving. I won't pull for it. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it in the future with a free pull or a paid banner. We'll see how we go. Now, what do we have here? This is news to me. So, but it appears that once you fill this bar, you will get a 25% chance of getting Helena or a 100 cost unit. Let's have a look. So, wow, okay. So it seems that for each 10 summon, the bar will fill by 20%. So this is the old school banners. Yeah, actually, it's pretty good. You know, if you don't have any cost 100, it is worth. If you're really wanting a cost 100 unit and get a 25% chance to get it. And on top of that, you also get those 10 million medals. So I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of own almost everyone, so in my case, I'll probably not do it. But if you have the spare Visor, you can give it a shot. You know, 12,000 Vis for 25% chance of guarantee a cost 100 unit. Better than 0.04. Come on, let's be honest, 0.4. So let's be honest here. You can definitely give that a shot if you're a new player. I would definitely recommend it. If you're a seasoned player and you know what's coming and you're saving for that, maybe give this a miss. I do think that it's perhaps best to finish the free pools before attempting this banner, especially if you're absolutely desperate for a cost 100 unit. Now, in this banner, we will be getting 80 UR shards at step 5. Meh. For a cost 100, I'm not 100% sure. I'd rather use the seasonal events that we get, where we can get the fast medals and then get whatever shards we want. I think that's much cheaper and more efficient than using this method, if you ask me. Paid banner, skip. Actually, yeah, for 6,000, I would probably skip it, especially if you have at least 50% of the cast. At least 2 units are not relevant anymore, and if you've been playing for a while, high likely you have at least 50%, so skip. 10 UR guarantees. This is actually something I would do. This is what I've been telling everyone in my past videos. If you have If you've been tempted by those 5 UR guaranteed, 2K paid, this is the time to actually commit, because you do get also a retry. So good luck to everyone. Hope you get whatever unit or vision card you want, because this is pretty good. And this is pretty much the continuation of what we had last week, which I would totally skip, especially keeping account what we have currently available. Skip, I'm not even gonna look at that. And the rest is all reoccurring, except for obviously the vision card shard guild banner. If you're planning to get this card in the future, perhaps worth it. If not, just leave it and save your guild. Let's go on to the shop and see what's there. Alright, we'll go straight into special shop to see what new deals there are. And it doesn't seem like there's anything new. Yeah, nothing new or worth talking about this week, because I've spoken about these deals last week. So if you haven't seen my previous video, go and check it out. Let's check this $10 million deluxe shop. I am going to skim through it, and there's nothing that blows my mind, so complete skip, save your viz. Wow, this is good. Guys, we're getting some pretty good deals in the shop, I am telling you. So for 10 million gil, you get a 1 UR guaranteed summon ticket, Rainbow Sphere, and then you also get the vision card equivalent. So definitely jump on those. For all of you that have been running out of Blossom of Paradise and didn't want to spend, what was it? I think they were 1,000, yeah, at least 1,000 Visor. This is your chance of getting it for Gil, and same goes for Rainbow Broadsong. So guys, definitely pretty happy about those deals. Jump on those like a hot cake. And everything else down here, I would skip. We have the feature banner, shop banner for this week's vision card, so wouldn't worry about it unless you plan on building it. And that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the monk shop. If you are extremely interested in finishing your wind spear, elven bow, or +5 that ribbon, this is the chance to go and do it. You'll be able to obviously build more than one, so definitely try to grind that Trial of Reckoning as much as you can this week, because we only have 1 week to do it, but we'll talk about it into the Trials of Reckoning segment of the video. Moving on, we have a 10 million downloads metal shop in here. There's a couple of things that are interesting, but I wouldn't want to pull on those banners just to get those medals. We'll get more chances in the future to get these goodies. And if you guys are saving up for Warrior of the Crystal or anything like that, you know that you want to save as much Visor as possible. So hold on to your horses until then. And then we have the Trials of Reckoning medals again. So are these summon medals? I believe there's nothing really interesting here. You should already have all of these. Ildira, you can have her into the other metal shop, so why would you want to use your limited medals to get her here? And we have a January summon medal B, which will help you expedite the growth of this week's vision card. So that's that. Let's go on to the far plane. There's a lot to talk here, guys. So the first thing that I want to talk about is in events. We have the Trial of Reckoning, guys. So Trial of Reckoning 2 for Final Fantasy IV. In here, you'll be able to farm the primary weapon, which is Mythgraven swords, and it has some really crazy stuff, guys. It's the stats are incredible. 20 slash attack up and 20% less AP use is insane. Attack stat is pretty good as well, so at least try to make a +5 if you can. It's gonna be pretty hard to make 2 +5s, but at least try to make a 1 +5. You won't regret it in the long run. And yes, let's have a look at the bonuses for this trial. So I am pretty happy to have most of the units that will help me get the highest points, so that's what I'll do. Now let's go back onto the far plane and talk about the beast stand, because this time around we can get Bloody Moon to level 99, and that's amazing because Bloody Moon has some really good stats for a couple of dark units. So as you can see from the screen, I spec'd it so that it can be given to gold bid, specifically for class matches. So in a future class match, hopefully we won't get dark attack down. But here you can see that I spec'd him for increased accuracy, increased spirit, and also increased magic attack, so that when he can tank, he can also deal that extra damage, which will be good for him because he wants to use that drain attack to recover as much health as possible. So that's how I spec'd him. I spec this Esper, and so far I've been, as I mentioned before, I've been having a lot of good experiences, positive experience with gold building class match, and hopefully I can carry that team over for the next one. And yes, most importantly, what I left last is the water selection quest. We'll be able to get Rayches, so what I'll do is I'll get her now so that then we can analyze her kit throughout around the end of the video. We got our girl Rayches, and the good thing about getting her today is also the fact that we can farm her weapon, guys. Yes, the Seiten is back, so you'll be able to farm the recipes to get her best in slot weapon. And yes, if you have Baruch as well, and you didn't manage to finish the +5 then you'll be able to do it now. So I would want to at least build 2. I think it's good to have different versions of this weapon depending on the situation in which Baruch and Rayches will be. So building 2 separate, one of magic and maybe one of a different variant will be good. We're getting a lot of rate up on story items and experience. So in a situation where you are farming for specific things like faint memories and things like that, this is the best week to do it. Yes, you need to do some energy management, but hey, if you're able to do Trials of Reckoning straight away and then able to get those extra 900 energy per day, then you'll be able to farm those items and memories and save a lot of time that way. As you can see, I still need to do this week's story. I'm pretty happy to see what's happening. I was pretty intrigued what's happening last week, so most likely it will be a continuation of where the story left off. Now we go into what I find the most interesting part of the video, which is the examination of the unit's EXs. So let's start with Mia. So Mia is not very well known to be a strong character, but let's see what her EX brings to the table. Level job 99, her sneak attack will become surprise attack, where she'll deal large damage to target and lower critical evasion rate for 3 turns and guarantee hit when attacking from behind. Doesn't add much. I mean, the important thing for her is to be fast if she wants to attack from behind and not be attacked. That means that she'll need a lot of luck and increase her evasion. So kind of hard for our unit to get those parameters. So not sure how this will benefit her in the long run. Then job level 22, her acquired AP up will become thick as thieves. Here she'll get AP, defense, and spirit up. Again, not sure how that benefits her, keeping account that she's quite fragile. But at job level 25, she'll get a new skills where she'll lower the unit attack resistance, then deal medium damage and lower agility for 3 turns. I think this will be her best attack overall. Let's see if it's also range, so that's great. She'll be able to be that support unit in a class match where she needs to lower that single unit attack resistance, and then your damage dealer will be able to inflict the kills. This will be especially good for attacking those tanks, if you ask me. You want to make them slower, and you want to make sure that you fell them as soon as possible. Now let's have a look at Nivelu. Nivelu was one of my favorite units when she came out. She was dealing a lot of debuffs, and I really liked that about her. So let's see how she squares up now. So I always love passive upgrades because they make the character strong overall. They don't necessarily need to make an attack to become strong. So at job level 19, she'll get attack lock and defense piercing rate, which is great. So she no longer needs to use her attacks to or rely on her weapon to pierce defense. Now it's innate with this passive, and I freaking love it. Then at job level 22, she'll get barrier break arrow enhancement, where she'll destroy barriers that reduce physical damage and then deal large damage. So again, a really good way of felling those tanks. It's quite likely that those will be the guys that will be targeted first. So if Neville is in the back and tries to get anyone in her range, she'll definitely be able to fell those tanks a bit faster than before. And I can see here in her nodes, she gets attack, an upgradable attack node, defense and luck, dexterity and luck, so that should increase her accuracy. And yes, I think that keeping account her job level 25 as well should increase her missile attack. She's becoming a proper damage dealer, where she won't care about defense as much. She'll destroy barriers, and she'll still retain her debuff and status inflicting skills. And so pretty happy about her. I don't know why I haven't seen her much in JP, but I think that if she's paired with Frederica, or maybe she can even replace Frederica to a certain degree, I think she is a pretty strong candidate for reacts on my roster. Now let's have a look at the water units, and let's have a look at Ildira first, my best girl. I am definitely going to EX her, but I'm not sure whether you'd want to do the same, so let's have a look at her kit. So job level 19, she will get an enhancement to her height 3 Kura, where she will become Kuraga. And yeah, I mean, like, more health healed in a massive AoE, that's absolutely amazing. She seems like she's definitely going towards the route of a healer rather than a damage dealer, just based off this attack. Then her passive, height 3 to height 2 enhancement, now she will get area attack resistance innately, and that will make her a bit more tanky when perhaps getting close to one of her allies trying to heal them. If she's caught by an AoE attack, she'll be able to actually try and survive that compared to before. So adds to her survivability, which is good. And then at job level 25, she'll get height 3 resistivity, new skill. So raises pierce, strike, missile attack resistance on a ally's range of for 3 turns, and increase effects of targets whose height is multiple of 3. So this is a buff that will increase everyone's small AoE range. It will increase the allies' resistance to pierce, strike, and missile. It's a shame that it's not slash, but we can't have everything, can we? I'll probably switch this off in auto PvP, unless she's smart enough to know that she doesn't have to do this and she has better skills in her kit. But yeah, it's subject to testing. What I like here as well is that she gets a bit more agility, and she gets a bit of luck and dexterity, which should increase her accuracy, which is not the best, despite her wearing glasses. And she gets a bit of HP as well. So overall, I get the sense that she's becoming more of a support unit. Her Kuraga AoE heal is amazing. I'm pretty happy about that. And I might make a video about her in arena, see how she squares up, depending whether she, especially if she gets a raid up this coming week. I'll be pretty happy to showcase her skills. And now let's talk about the newest addition, which is Rayches. Let's see what she's all about. So let's talk about Rayches. Her main job is Blade Soul. She'll have Rune Knight and Black Mage as subs, so she appears to be very damage oriented just by looking at these jobs. And we'll delve into her kit a bit more. Okay, so from my experience, Blade Soul passive is very support oriented, and Blade Soul primary job is very damage oriented. So we can see a buff and a break as her initial skills, which is pretty good. She does get a fair amount of nodes in regards to increasing her damage potential, the magic damage potential, agility, mage up by 20%, mage. So it seems like she definitely is geared towards a bit of speed and dealing damage, which is good, and that is by level 99. Okay, let's have a look at her EX kit. Dexterity and luck, HP, spirit, dexterity. So seems like they're really trying to increase her survivability with a lot of HP nodes, which makes sense because if she's gonna be a unit that's gonna be very front facing. She's not gonna be at the back by any means, especially because I can see that a lot of her jobs have small range. Let's have a look. Drain Evocation is perhaps her longest range from what I can see here, so you definitely want to keep that enabled. But everything else seems to be short range, so I can see why they want to increase her HP pool. Now let's have a look at the skills for EX. So initially at job level 19, she'll get an enhancement to Bamboo Splitter, where it'll deal large damage and lower agility for 3 turns upon critical hit, and raises her own CT upon critical hit. So if there is a critical version of Seiten, maybe that's what you want to give her, based specifically on this skill. Then another passive upgrade, which I'm always happy to see. So she'll get agility, spirit, piercing rate, and initial AP up. Pretty good. This will obviously enable her to deal damage much quicker and not rely on buffing as much. And then at job level 25, deal 2 hit damage of medium scaling, which will recover all AP upon critical hit. So quite likely she might not need to rely on bells, which is great. She'll be able to add another piece of equipment as TMR on her TMR slot that will perhaps increase her survivability or deal more damage. And with that, that was a very long video, lots of content to cover today. Thank you so much for sticking until the end. I hope that you're able to farm a +5 of Cecil's sword, and if you need to finish the wind spear as well, you have enough medals for that. And yes, I hope that everyone will be able to work on their EX unit of their choice. I know I'm going to work on Ildira and Rayches for sure, and Nivlu, maybe I'll need to see how she's gonna fit in my future teams. Alright guys, you guys enjoy the rest of your week and have a good one. Bye for now.